Welcome to ModiMakes.
What's good, everybody? My name is Modi. This is ModiMakes, and today I'm gonna be showing y'all one of the best ways to make money as an artist and get your art spread around further and further than you have before, especially if you're doing things like art fairs and art shows, and that's with art prints. And see, the thing is with prints, guys, like a lot of times if you're doing fairs and shows and you just have people walking by that are looking at your stuff, it's not easy to convince someone to spend like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 more than that on a whim on a piece that you have up on the wall. It does happen, but it's rare, and it's not a great way to get yourself a lot of customers and be able to translate your career into actual money for your own survival, and so that you can continue doing this for a living. And the best thing that you can do for yourself in those situations is to make high quality prints that you can sell for relatively cheap, and that you can have people who are just having impulse buys and they can just pick up one of your prints and then they'll have your art on the wall. Other people will see it. They can talk to you about it, tell you about you as an artist, show you your social, your website, whatever you have. And now you're expanding your audience, and it just helps to establish yourself as an artist. And like I said, continue being able to make this a viable career for yourself. So I'll be going through the full process of how I scan in my photos and what kind of tools I use and how I translate that into a nice finalized image file for your use as a print. So let's get into that, shall we? So I'm gonna start by scanning in the piece that I made last week, this sexy mama jamma right here. If you guys haven't seen that video, you should check it out. It's a good one. The first thing I gotta do is set up the scanner to be ready to go and get the piece lined up perfectly to the corners of the edges of the scanner right here. The great thing about this scanner that I'm using, I just picked it up off Amazon for not too much money, and it can go like really, really high DPI, PPI, whatever you wanna call it, you know, really high resolution. I think up to like 4,000, which I'm not going to need to do, but it's going to be great for making really high resolution prints, and it'll capture like the canvas texture in there and the paint stroke texture and everything like that, and make it look as accurate as possible to the legit thing. Alright, so we got my scanner settings pulled up here, and I'm just going to change it to some of my preset settings that are already made on here for 1200 DPI, just because that's plenty, and it's going to make sure the scanner isn't like taking forever to do these scans and stuff. And then we're just going to preview the scan real quick, make sure that we're lined up properly, and let's scan that bad boy. With that first scan done, basically all we're gonna have to do is continue moving the canvas over on the scanner and getting a section of each piece of the canvas, and then after we have all of those photos compiled, we can bring it into Photoshop, and there's an auto action that you can do to attach all the pieces together based on the edges that it sees and everything, and usually you have to do a little bit of playing around with it to make it just right. But basically we're going to combine all the photos into Photoshop and then edit it for coloring and everything like that to get the perfect result that we need at the end, because obviously the scanner bed isn't going to be big enough for a lot of my pieces, especially not like that huge one that's right there behind my chair, you know what I mean? Now I have all the photos I need, so now I'm just going to hop over into Photoshop really quick. I'm just going to hit File, Automate, Photo Merge. Come on, baby, you can pull it off. I'm believing you. It's just fully stuck. Like, what's going on? How are you today? I don't get it because this laptop does way more difficult stuff when I'm editing these videos than this. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to deal with some technical issues with the computer. I had to get some updates going and stuff because Photoshop kept freezing on me, which is great. But Ed got it working now, and it wasn't an issue with Photoshop or any of the stuff that I'm trying to do. It was just update issues that can happen sometimes with the PC. But let's get into it now. So like I was trying to say before, all you have to do now is go over to File, Automate, and Photo Merge. Super simple. I just keep it on auto, and then you just want to grab the files that you're going for. I got my 4 photos from that print set up right here, and it's on folder. Hit OK, and hit OK again, and let it do its magic. It'll take care of all of the tricky, annoying, monotonous stuff for you. And boom, it is perfect except for the fact that it's upside down, but that's easy enough. Literally just have to spin it, boop, 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 and boom. Now it's just a matter of a little bit of cropping and a little bit of color correction work, and you're all set to go. Basically all this is doing for you is it's just checking the content that's in the photos and aligning up. You have a perfectly set up print ready to go for y'all. I hope that was informational for you guys. It makes it a lot easier. Now you just gotta send it off to your printer of choice and get it set up to go. Well, there you have it, my peoples. That's my full process for how I make prints of my pieces and how I make sure that I have the supplies that I need when I'm going to do shows and fairs and everything like that. I hope that was informative for y'all. I know this is a little bit of a different video than what I normally do where I'm making art and stuff, but this stuff is important for anyone out there who watches my channel and maybe actually wants to do what I'm doing, or just maybe if you find it interesting to see a little bit of a peek behind the curtain on what it's actually like to have this sort of career that I have outside of just doing the YouTube stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it's a little bit different. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be doing a ton of stuff like this because I want this channel to be focused mostly on the making of the art and the process with that, and to keep that interesting for a wider audience who isn't necessarily as interested in maybe the business side of things. But let me know if you liked this video down in the comments below, and let me know if you have any questions about this, the process that I went through, or any other videos. Just like usual, I'll be reading through all those comments and responding to them personally, as I always do. And you know, if you liked the video and you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and give me a like. That lets me know that you guys are into this sort of stuff, and it also just helps out the channel quite a bit. And speaking of that, if you like me, you like the channel, and you want to help support me, the #1 thing that you can do is to subscribe. I really couldn't thank you enough if you did. It means the world to me. And with all that out of the way, and without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next one, because there's no final shots for this one, but I will be making sure to give you guys an update when I get the prints in, and I can show you guys all that sort of stuff, and you can see the quality of them, and then they'll be available for purchase for y'all and everything, and I'll show you guys where you can get that. So until then, have an amazing time, and I'll be getting back to my normal content as you're used to. Peace.
Thanks for watching.